5 more post-rock, post-metal, noise rock, all that good stuff. First down for today is Yakuza of Seismic Consequence. Yakuza are a progressive metal band from Chicago that formed in 1999, and this was their 5th album that came out in 2010. Metal, but doomy, heavy, psychedelic parts, lots of world music, lots of jazz influence. And what makes them distinctive is that their vocalist, Bruce Lamont, he also plays saxophone all over this thing. And I'm having trouble thinking of other things he's worked on off the top of my head, but he's definitely worked with a lot of projects that you probably know. The album after that was called Bale in 2012, and I'm familiar with that one, but that is the most recent thing they've done. I believe they're still together, but that was way back in 2012. I never found Yakuza that memorable, but it's still a band that I like and respect. This band is called Gore. They're a mixture of hardcore punk, noise rock, and a bit of metal. And they're a Dutch band that formed in 1985. And they put out 5 releases between 1986 and 1996. And then they broke up. And these are the first 2 albums, Heart Gore and Mean Man's Dream. They were packaged together on a double CD with a bunch of outtakes, live material, demos, and put out on Southern Lord in 2008. That was a time when I had no idea who this band was. I was just a big follower of Southern Lord at the time and gave this one a chance. And I'm glad I did. It's solid stuff. And I had no idea that they reformed in 2019 and have put out a new album. But I have not heard it. This is a weird one. This is Thomas Giles, Pulse. And I totally forgot I had this album. I was like, Thomas Giles, what is this? I could envision this album cover, and I told myself it was some Stephen Brodsky solo album that I just couldn't find. But I did find the CD, opened it up, and I couldn't believe it. And it kind of came back to me. What this is, I forget his real name, but the singer of Between the Buried and Me, this is his solo album under a fake name. And this came out in 2011. And it's got heavy parts, but it's mostly electronic, dreamy, and even poppy. But definitely original. And again, I totally memory hold this, so I gotta give us a spin today, see what it's like. Okay, here we got Team Sleep. This is a self-titled album. It's put out on Maverick, the major label, in 2005. So Team Sleep is the post-rock side project of Chino from the Deftones. And I said post-rock, but it's a mixture of post-rock, shoegaze, indie rock, a lot of electronic elements. And I love Deftones. And many times, the more mellow, the better. But for whatever reason, this album, it never grabbed me. It just kind of went in one ear out the other. But I also don't think I played it any more than 3 times, so maybe it's time to revisit. That's the fun thing about doing these videos. You acquire so many CDs and kind of force you to look at them, and you might decide to just rack it again, but the ones you want to give a second chance to, you just put it to the side and you get to it when you get to it. Finally, Gracian. This is All We Destroy. So this is a three-piece band from San Francisco, more or less progressive metal, and this is their third of 5 albums. It came out in 2011. It's got a mixture of heavy and clean vocals. They have a female vocalist, and she also plays cello throughout all the songs. So there's no bass player as far as I can tell. Maybe there's some bass on the album, but they don't have a bass player. They have a drummer, a guitar player, and a cello and vocalist. And I heard the one after this, but otherwise, I lost touch with this band, and I'm a little bit out of the loop. But I remember this was a pretty cool album. And that's it. I think I'm kind of starting to wrap down this series. But when I do, I'll have some closing thoughts. So thanks for watching.